Hello there.
Good afternoon, Chris. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Kevin Stroughter.
Man, is this something? You know what, man? I don't look like what I've been through. So if you're looking at the screen right now, Chris, I look good, don't I? Tell the truth.
You do look good.
Man, I look.
You do. You don't look like you used to, though.
I don't. Wait a minute, man.
But you still got that winning smile.
You hurt my feelings, man. I'm trying to look like I used to.
Come on now. I'm twice the man I used to be.
That youngness about me, man. I'm
40 years is a long time to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't have to remind me, man. I don't know, man. Is it hard for you to admit to people that you're over 50?
I don't know. I think it's hard to admit to myself that I'm over 50.
Right,
That's probably the bigger.
Right.
But, I don't get away with much. Every morning, my body reminds me how old I am.
Yeah. I used to say that, but you know what? I keep telling myself I'm going to always stay young. My mom is 80 years old, and she can move better than I can. So.
Oh, yeah. It's nice when your folks can hang on to their health, can stay vibrant and moving.
Yeah.
A lot of folks don't get that chance.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, my friend from way back when. Hey, I'm gonna trademark that. My friend from way back when. My friend from way back when. I tell you, grade school, high school, junior high. See, back then we had junior high. We didn't have middle school. What the heck is a middle school anyway?
Well, that's when you move the sixth graders out.
So is that what it was? Because
you add the sixth graders to the junior high program, and then now they got a middle school.
Middle school. Now, back in the day, Chris, come on now. We don't know nothing about no middle school. But you know what? Our children are even having trouble receiving that there was a West Campus and an East Campus.
Oh, I know. That people forget. People forget.
Wow.
It always bothers me to see those purple colors in the green hall.
Oh, yeah, man. It just, oh, man. I don't know about you, but it gets under my skin. And then they want to call us the Bulldogs.
Oh, I know. I know. You know what? For a while, I did some reunion activities, some meetups and get-togethers in the area.
Yeah.
And I always used a bulldog with a pirate hat.
That's good stuff, man. Well, let's find out more about why you're here, man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Chris Classen to our broadcast on today. I am Pastor Kevin on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. And, of course, Chris, man, I want you to do me a favor if you don't mind, man. I know we don't have a lot of time, but I want you to introduce yourself, tell us who you are, tell us where you're from, and then I want to dive in and talk a little bit about, quote-unquote, Crimson Blades fencing. Do you mind?
Sure.
All right,
Absolutely.
man. Introduce yourself.
Absolutely. So I grew up in Waukegan, right where the overpass used to be on Lewis Avenue.
Wow.
That was a lawn ornament for my front yard.
Yeah, he said lawn ornament.
Went to Little Fort grade school and Jack Benny Junior High and West Campus.
39er. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were Jack Benny 39ers, man.
I was not an athlete. Honestly, I wasn't even much of a student back in the days. But a few years ago, my kids got involved in a high school fencing program.
Mm-hmm.
I live out in the Libertyville district.
Okay.
And my kids got involved there. And the head of the team came to me and said, hey, you seem to be pretty good with your hands. We could use a team armorer, somebody to fix all the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind taking that on? And I said, absolutely, I'll volunteer for that.
Right.
Well, that turned into helping some coaches out here and there. And next thing I know, the coach who had been teaching me turned around and said, I'm not in the kind of health I want to be in to do this, so could you take over on the high school side?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like a little bit like I'd been thrown under the bus there, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2 years ago. And I have competed in a regional qualifier for the National League. You know, fencing only has really one league,
Right.
nationally speaking,
Okay.
and everybody fences in it.
Now, what is that? Hold on, Chris. What is that noise? That popping noise I keep hearing?
Popping noise.
Yeah, I don't know if it's.
It might be me wiggling.
Okay, maybe that's it. You're practicing fencing while you're talking about it. I get it. Okay, all right, let's move on.
I'm thinking about fencing when I'm talking about it.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I started working with the team, and we have been building it up and getting the kids interested and excited about that. And I've worked on the side substituting for one of the other coaches and coordinating. We've got about, in the high school league that we are involved in, there's about 14 schools, and we run from Waukesha, Wisconsin, all the way to Culver, Indiana. We could, from an hour north to 3 hours southeast.
Right. Wow.
Although most everybody's within an hour's drive of where we are here.
Okay.
Stevenson High School has a really, really big team, and their team is funded by the school. Libertyville's, we don't receive any money from the school, but we do get quite a bit of support from them. And in recent years, that's been growing. We're very pleased with that. But on the side, our high school season starts in October and ends in March.
Right. Okay.
So the rest of the year, we run fencing classes,
right.
Both for saber and for foil, or have been for about 4 or 5 years. And we took that over from a gentleman who really handed us the keys to that. He originated the name Crimson Blades.
Okay.
And so we've taken that on again. But as of just a day or so ago, we changed our affiliation from the Libertyville Tennis Club to now the Libertyville Center Club.
Okay.
This is kind of a return as well. We started out there at a time when the club was not family friendly. They are now family friendly, and they invited us back.
Right.
And they've got a great deal of room. We're really excited about this new space. But you don't have to be a club member there to participate in fencing.
Right.
At the moment, we're moving our existing program over. So to give you an idea of what that is, our kids pay $100 a month. That gives them roughly 4 hours a week of fencing activity, a class and an evening of open fencing where the kids just do it as a recreational.
Right.
So we figure $25 a week. It comes out pretty affordable when you're getting that much time.
Now let me ask you this.
And we've had kids. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. What? I guess when you start talking about the kids, what kind of age group do you have participating in?
We have up until now have always been kids. So we start our saber fencers at about 7 years old.
Wow. Okay.
And we run the leagues that we run up to about 19 or 20 years old.
Okay.
We don't generally get a lot of kids that hang on past high school with us because they've gone off to college and are doing their thing there.
Right.
But we get a few here and there.
Yeah.
And, we really value our history with our kids. We know that they're part of what we built. They helped us get to where we are. So we always try and make sure we know when they're home for the holidays, and we try and have events and invite them to either at the high school or at our other programs.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm the rookie on the team. I'm the rookie coach. Our other coaches have been Ukrainian national champions, have been on the Russian Olympic team. We got a guy who's been doing fencing since he was in high school in Glenbrook.
Wow.
It's much more common than I ever thought.
Well, that's one of the things that I've been thinking about while you were talking, Chris, is I know it's got to be a common sport, but I'd like to pull all of you all together and do more like at one point like a conference call conversation, live on air interview, because I mean, I know for a fact that fencing has not been a popular sport in all arena. Now listen to me close.
Yeah.
In all nationalities, because in the African American culture, we weren't very familiarized with fencing. It became open to us.
It was when it started. It was started as a European kind of a upper class kind of thing.
Okay.
I've been told, and I somebody will call me out and tell me I'm wrong, so I'm going to just phrase it that way, that dueling was a common practice amongst the I don't know, do you say the gentry, the upper class, whatever they were, and they were losing their young men because, no antibiotics, and these guys are playing with live weapons. So it is, no question about it. I joke with my kids, this is about, a ritualized version of combat. However, I will also say, to my knowledge, no one has died from a direct cause of fencing since the 80s.
Right. Okay.
When they re-engineered the whole sport.
Right.
To be much safer. Our insurance costs are cheaper than ping pong.
Right. Okay.
To give you an idea.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's very, very safe.
Wow.
One of the things I teach my kids right at the beginning is I have them put the helmet on, and we have them hit each other on the top of the head. That helmet you can just about park a car on. It is extremely safe.
Funny.
You'll break the weapon before you do more than just annoy the person you're hitting.
Right. Okay.
So very, very safe. It tends to attract people who don't ordinarily pursue other sports.
Right.
Although it seems to appeal to everyone. In the 2 years I've been doing it with the high school, we have kids that wander in regularly. And we maintain a really open door policy. This is a no-cut sport. Everybody in. Everybody who wants to gets to fence. Our operating costs are fairly low. It requires very little specialized equipment from the standpoint of the school or organization.
Okay.
The pride it brings in a kid when you watch their eyes light up and realize that they've just figured something new out, is, if there's a drug, that's a powerful thing right there.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding to work with these kids. And I've had kids. I had a kid this year, and this is I don't know how much time you have to spend on this, but this kid I've got trains 3 months out of the year. So he's only training in season. This past year, we had a competition, and he was put up against a kid who had a B rating. Now in fencing, you start and you earn your E rating first, and then you move up with various wins under the right circumstances till you get to an A.
Right.
Everybody you see at the Olympics is an A-rated fencer.
Okay.
So my kid beat the B-rated fencer who trains 12 months out of the year in a professional gym. My kid beat him with a margin to spare. It was not a fluke.
Right.
He did quite well against him. And as his opponent was arguing with the referee at the end of the match, my kid has his head down And I go to him and I said, are you having some trouble processing? You did not get what just happened here? He says, no, Coach. He says, I understand perfectly. He says, I just don't want to rub it in.
Okay. Now,
and
what about?
I thought, I am humbled to be working with kids that have that kind of ethics in what they do. And if I can do something to help kids share that amongst them, I would, drop everything. I volunteer the rest of the year for the fencing club, as we call it, because they continue to meet. They just socially want to keep going.
Well, I know that there's a lot of fencing people out there that want to get involved in different cities and different states and different areas and things of that nature. What about those that want to get involved locally? What is it?
That's our plan. Quite often when these gyms are opened up, these clubs are opened up, it is because a coach creates it so that he's got a steady income. Our organization is a 501c3. We're a full charitable organization, which has no employees. All the money that goes into it, we pay coaches as independent contractors, but otherwise we have we put the money right back into the program, and the parents and the members of the organization have run the thing. So we get a very community-oriented approach to this.
But how do they reach you? I mean, how is it that I understand that concept of what you're saying, but what I'm saying is
it's an unusual concept in the fencing world.
But how do they, Chris? How do they?
But we're going to be having classes there at the center club.
Okay.
We have our Facebook group where we're going to, anybody can be watching. We're going to be putting those posts out there about as we expand for classes. Right now, our focus is to swing our kids program over first, and pretty soon after that, start. We're talking about a month from now, probably.
Right. Okay.
Start adding adult classes. I had one person request that we create a program that lets a parent and child come in. Maybe you want to come with your teenager or your preteen and do fencing together. And I think we're going to put together a short run program like that. Maybe do an 8-week thing, see how it comes out.
Okay, is there like a Facebook page, a phone number, a website, an email?
We're in the middle of trying to straighten some of that out. You caught us just as we flipped the switch, and like so many times, some of those things get away from you. So we're catching up as quick as we can. But our Facebook page is Crimson Blades Fencing. There is also a Crimson Blades Fencing Academy. This is not a competitor. It's an old organization. But Crimson Blades Fencing is the group that we are now.
Okay.
And there will be information to post, to look at there that will continually be giving updates. In addition, I want to make sure I mention that if you've got a kid who might be interested, we are taking beginners and experienced kids. We have on the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th of June, we are holding we call it our summer camp. Unfortunately, it's just 1 week, but and we currently have about 20 kids. We can expand. I can take as many kids as they bring in. We'll be holding this at Vernon Hills High School. And this will be a 4-day program. Okay. The information is on the Facebook page. Okay. I know because I put it there myself this morning. All right. The contact information is there. Lots of kids from the area are coming. And we're looking forward to it. I've got kids who've been doing this for 6 or 7 years now at the high school level currently.
Now, is there a phone number that they can call?
Let me take a quick peek and see what they put in the release. I know it's on the page.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure I give you
exactly the right one.
We are here with Chris Classen. So, he's taking over, so he really won't let me say much. So I'm gonna turn this.
You're not the only one to say that.
I'm gonna turn this over to Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now officially the Chris Classen Show.
You know, people have threatened to do that before. So there is an online form they can fill out right there on the page. For any questions. I will just refer them to my phone.
Okay.
847-414-3372. And people can call me and ask about that.
847.
Anything.
See, I got to slow you down a little bit, man, because, you know,
That's okay.
Some people are trying to get this information, and we're going so fast, they're not able to grasp it. So I want to make sure that we stop the tape, rewind the tape, and press play. 847-414-3372. 847-414-3372. You can contact Chris directly if you all are out there tuned in today or listening to a recording. Crimson Blades Fencing is an awesome, awesome sport. A lot of people are beginning to get involved all year round. Got a lot of different things taking place. My guest on today is Mr. Chris Classen, and of course, the next time that I invite this young man on, I want him to bring his entire team. I know that there is an abundance amount of people out there who may have a ton of questions. I know that a lot more people are beginning to get involved at all ages. We want to be able to disseminate this information to you guys around the world. So, again, we thank God for Chris Classen, Crimson Blades Fencing and Fencing Academy. We're going to be submitting more information to you as time goes on. So, again, that phone number, 847-414-3372. I had to remember it myself. 847-414-3372. And I know for a fact that you have something coming up in June, man. But before we let you go, Chris, man, is there anything else that you would like to share with our viewers and listeners on today?
I think keep your ear to the ground. We want to make sure that people hear about this all over the place. I think this is the kind of sport that kids that raises them up, that makes them feel good about themselves, that helps them to achieve, that creates a kind of friendships and bonds amongst them that, I always heard was a good thing in sports. Yeah. And I can tell you, having not been one of those people, these are some really amazing kids. Right. It has been just a sheer pleasure to work with them.
Amen. Well, we thank God for your presence on today, and we want to be able to help you and the rest of the crew and the executive board disseminate this information to people around the world. Crimson Blades Fencing. For more information, ladies and gentlemen, you can call the number 847-414-3372. If you know someone that has children, or if you in fact want to get involved, even if it's as a coach, you never know. Go ahead. It's a growing rapidly sport, and we encourage you all to reach out. Visit their Facebook page, Crimson Blades Fencing. And, of course, you can contact Chris at 847-414-3372. If you have any problem with any one of those avenues, just call me. I'll make sure to connect the dots. I promise you that. I promise you. Crimson Blades Fencing.
That's why we keep those friendships alive, my friend.
That's right. I promise you. I mean, me and Chris go way, way. I would probably see Chris right now and probably wouldn't believe it. Just saying, back in Jack Benny when we were 39ers, man, I used to have an afro.
I remember. I do.
I haven't had an afro since I left and went to college, man.
There's a lot of our friends that no longer have that opportunity.
Right. Well, we're gonna leave that alone. But Chris, man, I'm running short on time. I'm gonna call you right back, man. But I just want to say thank you so much, man, for being so open-minded, joining us here today.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you, man.
Amen. Well, God bless you, man. We'll talk to you soon. You have an awesome, awesome day. As a matter of fact, I'll call you back in a few minutes, man. Let me go ahead and get back into some more music, all right?
Yeah, very good.
All right, that's Chris Classen, Crimson Blades Fencing, right here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. That's GMAP, the number 1.com. We appreciate the presence of each and every one of you. We hope and pray that you have been and you will continue to be blessed. In the meantime, let's get back to more music right here on the #1 faith-based motivational and inspirational broadcast network, the GMAP Broadcast Network. More music right after these commercial breaks on the show.